Hello everybody and welcome back to Frank's Collecting Castle. My name as always is Daniel, and today it's all about Usagi Yojimbo and my entire Usagi Yojimbo collection. Now, I remember Usagi Yojimbo was really an early comic for me that I started reading as a kid, and then Usagi, like comics, disappeared from my consciousness, basically, before I got back into comics about 20 years ago now. And I started searching out Usagi again, and I've been collecting Usagi ever since. And today I figured I'm going to show off the collection of Usagi Yojimbo, and of course its creator, the great, wonderful man that is Stan Sakai, who's writing and drawing Usagi Yojimbo still to this day. And before we get into all of these Usagi books, I'm going to show another book that is also drawn by Stan Sakai. And this is by Michael Richardson and Stan Sakai. This is 47 Ronin. So about the classic tale that is honored to this day in Japan. It's a very important tale. So this is produced by Dark Horse. This is a wonderful book. Get the back here. It has a wonderful texture to it, like some kind of cloth, fabric. It's absolutely fantastic. This is such a high quality book. So just wanted to show this. So you can definitely already see that it's the Stan Sakai artwork. So the paper quality paper that I love so much, a bit thicker as well, usually, as it usually is when it comes to Dark Horse. So this is a story that is based in reality, and that is very important to Japanese history, Japanese folklore, and it's incredibly important. You can take a look at some of the back. And it's been made movies, and books have been written, and this. So let's take a look at the gallery here. And these 47 Ronins are still honored to this day. Here you can go to the temple, and their resting place, basically. This is an amazing part of the book because it actually tells the story in the background of the 47 Ronin. So if you have not read this book, I highly recommend it, 47 Ronin. Or take time and read about the history of the 47 Ronin. This is a wonderful, wonderful book. And as I said, the texture here is absolutely fabulous. That's 47 Ronin. Mike Richardson and Stan Sakai. Interesting that its editorial consultant is Kazuo Kyoke, who is the amazing Lone Wolf and Cub series. So that is that book. Starting with a smaller miniature hardcover. This is Usagi Yojimbo Yokai. This is a tiny book, smaller than a trade. This is again from Dark Horse. One of the many miniseries that exist about the Ronin rabbit, Miyamoto Usagi. Here's some nice end paper. Let's see if it's on the, yep, you have the same here. That is nice. I always enjoy when companies actually use this end paper here instead of just leaving it completely blank. So I prefer my Usagi Yojimbo in black and white. It's how I always read it. But when it's done in this type of color, it really looks good. So it works. It works for being in color, even though, as I said, I'm a much bigger fan of classic Usagi Yojimbo. That's a great page right here. That's really nice. And there you have some interviews and backstories. So that's Usagi Yojimbo. Yokai. Turn the TV off. Okay, then I have some art books. The first art book is the Stan Sakai, or the Sakai Project. Artist celebrates 30 years of Usagi Yojimbo. So these are all different artists in this book celebrating Usagi Yojimbo and Stan Sakai. That's some nice sandpaper as well. A nice big book as well. Get a forward here by Mark Evanier, who's a great comic book historian. Here we have a forward from Tone Rodriguez, Vice President, Comic Art Professional Society. Yes, there's Stan. Stan and Miyamoto. So here we have just different artist interpretations of the great Usagi Yojimbo. It's Cameron Stewart. Here you have Tom Mandrake. This is a great you can see the different artists. Doug Wheatley. And the next one you're going to show is Mukhsani Muhammad Arif. That is very cool. So it's Michael Avon Oeming. The colors by Dave Stewart. Michael Juni. That's a great full page here. Beautiful, right? These are wonderful artwork all over here. So many different creators. Here's a very cool page. Usagi fighting against some ninjas. Almost Batman-like, right? And then, oh, that looks like very much like the old Lone Wolf and Cub TV show or movies, or an Akira Kurosawa movie. Very cool. Here's the artist, Gabriel Ba. He is fantastic. Jeff Jarrow did that one. Gabriel Ba. This one is beautiful. Here's Usagi and Wolverine. That's pretty cool. You can see all the different type of styles, interpretations of Usagi. Here's another very beautiful piece of art. This is a very, very cool book. I'm very happy to have this one. Now, there are other art books with Usagi that I don't have, but I wish, definitely wish that I did. Some of them are far out of print. But I'm happy for the ones I have. Definitely, yeah. It looks like Bugs Bunny. It's a very nice little picture. That's very cool as well. Here we have a very cool one. The good old Ronin rabbit. Absolutely stunning pictures. This is a good one. Really enjoyed that one. That is very nice, like a female Usagi. And here's like Usagi and a Usagi Jr. These are cool. These are very cool pictures right here. Let's see. Billy Tucci, and this is Frank Cho. Beautiful artwork. Yep, here's the good stuff, right? That's like Frank Frazetta thing, almost. Nate Jones and Charlie Allred. Nate Jones, Charlie Allred. Macy's fantastic artwork throughout. This is a very busy page. We have Arthur Adams doing the artwork here. I like this one. That's a beautiful picture. That is by Craig Thompson and colors by Dave Stewart. So you can see Dave Stewart appears a lot with his colors. Just like the serenity of this, it's absolutely beautiful. Stunning pieces of artwork, right? It's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing book. I don't have a ton of like art books, but I really, really enjoy my art books that I do have. And I do have a very, very cool French art book that I got via Kickstarter called Obscura. And I think I've done a video on it a long time ago, but I think I'm going to do another video on Obscura again, because that is a true masterpiece. This is, of course, the legend Sergio Aragonés. puts so much detail into his artwork, Sergio Aragones. Fortunately, at least here where I live, Sergio Aragones books are kind of tough to come by. I would love to have more Sergio Aragones. Dick Tracy, Dennis the Menace. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a video just on Obscura because that is one of the most beautiful books I have in my collection. I don't know if it's available to purchase in stores to this day. I picked it up on Kickstarter. It's absolutely stunning. I got a lot of books to show you, so I could do a video alone on the couple of, because I have another art book to show you. Oh man, look at these pieces of art right here. So we got Jeff Lemire and Jean Ha. Beautiful. Yep, these two. This one is pretty amazing. Look at the detail in this. See like the small detail here and all here. That's beautiful. That is by Scott West. And then we got Maurizio Meniz doing that one more sinister looking Usagi. That's an awesome page. So there are like artist editions of Usagi, and they've come out with some really limited editions. I would love to have those, but those are far out of print, and to buy them, yeah, unfortunately gonna have to pay big bucks. I'm happy with the collection I have. I have a really nice collection. That's a nice page right there. That's by Paul Galassi. Colors by Bland. Okay. That's kind of funny. This is a good one. It's very Akira Kurosawa-ish as well. Dave Gibbons. It's very artsy, right? This is very cool. It's Bruno D'Angelo. Picasso Dular. Look at this one. That's a beautiful picture right there. Yeah, it's beautiful artwork. That's a hulking Usagi, right? Yeah. This is a beautiful picture, but this one is amazing. This is by Joyce Chin. That is stunning. And it's like, must be Mike Mignola, right? Yep, a Mike Mignola artwork. That was so definite. He has such a distinctive art style. Raphael Albuquerque on that one. That's a very cool piece. Ricardo Delgado and Ryan Hill with the art, or the colors. So you can see how many big name artists, creators that contributed to making this tribute to Stan Sakai and Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, so that's an amazing book. That's the Sakai project. Artists celebrate 30 years of Usagi Yojimbo. And I got another art book, which is this is a heavy book. So this is Usagi Yojimbo, 35 years of covers. This is a big, heavy book. Huh? Once again, it's get the Dark Horse logo right there. You have the back. If you want to read that, you can pause and read it. So what this book is exactly what it says, 35 years of covers. I'm not going to go through this entire book. I'm just going to flip through this one. See what we had on the end pages. This is cool as well. All this on the end pages. You put effort into that one. It's different end pages here on the back. That is so cool. Got a different look here. You got some texture here. So what this book is we got a foreword, another introduction, and then it's covers to every single issue of Usagi Yojimbo. It's to every single issue, and it's to every single collected edition as well, to Usagi Yojimbo. So, but you get it in this bigger format. So that's simply what it is. It's nothing else, but it's cool. It's just covers. I like it. I think it's very cool. Yeah, so Usagi has had he's had many interactions with the turtles. And I have a hardcover of Usagi and the Turtles. I'm going to show. I'm going to have to pause and I'm just flipping through here. But I'm going to pause and look up that hardcover because I almost forgot that I had it. Just flip through here. Back here you have all the collected editions. And here all the issues. This is a very cool book. 35 years of covers. I'm going to pause and I'm going to try to find that hardcover I was looking for. And here we go. Here's that hardcover. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo. They have had many crossovers in the comics, but also in the Turtles television show. Usagi has showed up a couple of times. Was it last year or 2 years ago, Netflix announced they were going to do a cartoon Usagi Yojimbo, and I was very excited for that. But I sort of forgot about it. So a couple of days ago, this is published by IDW, by the way. Get the IDW logo. So a couple of days ago, I decided to go on Netflix and check it out. And to my bitter disappointment, the cartoon style is horrendous. And it's not about Usagi. It's not about Miyamoto Usagi. it's about like his grandchild, and Usagi is not alive. So that was disappointing. So here we go, Usagi and the turtles. So when Usagi, the rights went over to IDW, IDW decided to make everything in color. So the ongoing series was in color as well. Here we go, here's the big, let's see if I can open this up. And they in fact decided to what's the problem with this? This is such a thick book, or tight book. They decided to reprint everything. They decided to reprint everything in color, and I was not a fan of it. But I picked up 2 volumes of the Usagi Yojimbo series from IDW. There's plenty more, but I only got 2. These are heavy versions though, so that's cool, at least. And you got the back here. If you want to read that. So this is volume 1. But it's still old classic Usagi, but it's in color, and it looks very modern, you know? Now Usagi is back, and Sansekai is back with Dark Horse. After a couple of years away, so to say, over at IDW. Yeah, that is volume 1. Here is volume 2, Homecoming, that's called. Volume 1 is called Bunraku and Other Stories. Or maybe this was volume, I can't. Okay, this is volume 1, and the other one. This is volume 1. This is volume 2, apparently. Because this doesn't have numberings. But it's still classic Usagi artwork. So, moving on. When Dark Horse took over, they did these smaller volumes. These are the ones I have of the smaller volumes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there's some later volumes. Just quickly gonna go through those. This is volume 1. This is how I remember my Usagi, black and white. So much detail in every single piece of artwork here, you know, every single frame. It's just filled with so much art. Here's one of the later volumes. So I'm not going to go through all of those because we got a ton of other stuff to go through. But before they Stan Sakai and Usagi went to Dark Horse, they were actually with Fantagraphics. And I have this. I have this big Heeming tome of the complete Usagi Yojimbo at Fantagraphics. So you can read introductions here. Tiny Usagi baby, basically. This is an amazing book, an amazing tome. These two gigantic volumes. These are such heavy books. Jesus, this is an amazing hardcover. You have these two like phone book size volumes. This was available in hardcover as well. I think it's much more expensive. That's cool, right? These are heavy books. So this is the complete Fantagraphics. It's beautiful artwork. It's kind of glossy paper, so it doesn't do the black and white art justice, I think. I've talked about this many times. The paper quality really makes a big difference for the type of art it is, if it's black and white or color. It makes a huge difference. So this is a lot of pages. We're over 400 pages here. Here we have like 500 pages. So it's almost 600 pages. In total, there's 584 pages in volume 1. And it's about the same here in volume 2. Same type of paper quality that doesn't make the black and white art shine at its very best, which is unfortunate. You'd think they'd actually would realize this. So anyway, we got another 575, 576. So we got well over 1,000 pages in those two volumes. That's amazing. So then we come to this. When the license was announced, basically, of moving away from Dark Horse to IDW started publishing these volumes. That is the complete Usagi Yojimbo saga. So this is volume 1. These are all heavy, thick books. You can read the back if you want to. So when you get 9, it's actually 10, 12 volumes in total of all this. Here you have the table of contents though. Different stories. Here you have better paper quality for the black and white, and I think you can almost immediately see the difference here. when you, I was about to say, when you get as many volumes as like 12 volumes of just Usagi Yojimbo, you kind of realize how much they've put out of this and how much Stan Sakai has created, how much he's written and how much he has drawn of Usagi Yojimbo. This is just a dark horse. You had these two books that was over at Fantagraphics. It's pretty, oh, there we go. But this is well over 600 pages, about 630 pages. And you consider that for all of these volumes, basically. There's volume 2. I'm going to show you how it looks in the shelves. They're all lined up. Just pick up a random page like this, and it's so much happening, right? It's amazing. It's incredible. There's just amazing now. Then you come to like more silence. Minimalistic art, and it's back to this. And it's, wow. And obviously, if you want to read more samurai stuff, samurai-related material, Lone Wolf and Cub, Samurai Executioner, and Path of the Assassin are 3 titles that are absolutely stunning. I do have a couple of volumes of each of those. Lone Wolf and Cub, I have a beautiful gallery edition book. Anyway, that is volume 2. I'm not going to go through everything because it's just going to be way too long. This is volume 3 though. These were like $25 US, which is too bad considering, how much material you get. You get about 630, 640 pages. Volume 4. There we go. He really hasn't changed his art style through the years, because some creators and artists, they can like evolve or change their style, but he has remained the same through all time, which is pretty amazing. Go through volume 5. So many great stories throughout the history of Usagi. Volume 6. Volume 7. This is a series is good because it's both for kids and for adults. It fits both categories, and just you don't get disappointed when you read Usagi Yojimbo. You really don't. You just now these books, these particular volumes were also released in hardcover. This is volume 8. These were released in hardcovers, but I think these softcover editions look just as beautiful. I like how they have the different colors throughout the entire series, but it's still uniform because it looks good on the shelf. Volume 9. We got some color stuff. Then they also came out with the Usagi Yojimbo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles complete collection, which has everything that was done up to that point in time. Every miniseries they had. And here, this type of paper quality actually works because it's soft coloring. It's not very bright, so it really works. Had it been brighter colors, this should have been glossy paper because but since it isn't, it really works. And the final one I'm gonna show today is this one. So this is something called Usagi Yojimbo Saga Legends. This is basically, you have the complete series, you have the Turtles, and then you have all the miniseries and one-shots and miscellaneous books. They came out during the Dark Horse era. A lot of different stuff here. Let's see if we can go through the table of content just a little bit so you can see here. Got Space Usagi, of course, which is a classic one. Senso, which is another classic tale. Yokai. It's Usagi Yojimbo in space. This is sort of what they did when they were finishing up Conan. You saw at my Conan video that they did a like very thick omnibus style book with all the miniseries and one-shots and stuff like that. And this was definitely like that as well. That is very, very cool stuff. Let's see if I can spread these out here somewhat, at least. I'm gonna pause it. I'll be back in a second. Here we go. Here we go. Here we have all those volumes collected. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like on the shelves. So here we go. This is what it looks like on the shelf. So you can see it's all very, very uniform. And it's all, the only thing difference is the coloring. So that is very cool. So that is my Usagi Yojimbo collection. I really hope you enjoy this video. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about Miyamoto Usagi, about Usagi Yojimbo, and about the creator Stan Sakai. Let me know how much, if you like Usagi Yojimbo, and hey, just let that conversation get going. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up, and maybe possibly subscribe if you want more videos like this, and let's get the conversation started. And I'll talk to you all soon again. Bye, everybody.